All right, hopefully you tried this one all by yourself. So this time we're going to go a little bit faster. And once again, make sure you look at the vertex. We know that this is going to be our H, and it always does the opposite. So it's going to be a horizontal shift left 2. And once again, we have a +0 here. We don't write it, but it's there. That's your K. So here's what's going to be different. Instead of going in a positive direction, we're going to go to a -2. Oh, and I put K here instead of 0. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. All right, so that should be a 0 there. I forgot last video to talk about the max with min. All the ones today, the vertex is going to be a minimum because we're not going to be doing the reflection today. That's what we're going to do tomorrow or next day. All right, so here we go. You're going to go ahead and we're going to plot our vertex. And it's going to be at -2, 0. So we're going to go left 2 and stay there. That is your vertex. And remember, we're going to be going up, so that's going to be your minimum or your vertex. All right, so from there, we're going to do our reference points. Remember, you go left 2, up 4, left 1, up 1. Stay at your vertex. Right 1, up 1, right 2, up 4. So we're going to go from our vertex, we're going to go right 1, up 1, right 2, up 4. Same thing here. It's going to be a mirror image on the other side. Connect them with a U. So not only is that your vertex or your minimum, but since it crosses your x-axis, this is also your x-intercept. And since this right here, it's green, is crossing right here on the y-axis, this is your y-intercept. So just some important information about graphs that you need to know. All right, so hopefully you did that correctly. All right, so now notice the difference. Here, we don't have a parentheses, where here we did. The number was in with the x. We shifted on the x-axis. Here, the number's at the end. So we do not have anything in with that x. You could write it if you wanted to, x minus 0 squared, and then you would know we do not have a horizontal shift. But that's just more work. Hopefully you realize this is just your K, and so that means it's going to be a vertical shift up 1, because whatever that number is, it's going to be the same. You're not going to do the opposite. And so the x is going to be 0 because we don't have a number in with our x, and our k is going to be 1. And we know it's going to be a minimum because all of these are going up. Since the leading coefficient is a positive, we know these are all going to be parabolas that we went up. Alrighty, here we go. We're going to go ahead. We're going to plot our vertex. So we're going to go 0, don't go left or right, stay up 1. Use those same reference points, right 1, up 1, right 2, up 4. Right, left 1, up 1, left 2, up 4. Make sure you do it from the vertex, not the origin. And then you just connect them. So you always got to go back to those reference points of your parent function. That's it. We do have one y-intercept. So you will see this right here is your y-intercept. It's also your minimum and your vertex. All right, here we go. I want you to try this one yourself. And hopefully you're going to get really fast at these because it's pretty much the same exact pattern over and over. Pause the video, try it yourself, then unpause, see if you did it right. All right, so same thing, not anything with the x, so it's going to be 0. Your h is 0. And our k is the number at the end. And we know since it's a negative, it's going to be a vertical shift down 4. So it's going to be a -4. All right, so we're going to go 0 down to -4. We're going to go ahead and do those same reference points. Left 2, up 4, left 1, up 1. Stay in the vertex. Don't go anywhere. Right 1, up 1, right 2, up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can count. And it's a mirror image on the other side. And so if you wanted to, because if we plugged in 3, what is 3 squared? It is 9. Just to make sure you have a nice, perfect parabola, we could go right 3, because 3 squared is 9. We can go right 3, 1, 2, 3, up 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we could do the same thing on the other side. And that way you know you have a nice parabola. So if you're wondering how I got that, remember it's the number squared. So we know that 3 squared is just going to be 9. Alrighty, that is it for today. One thing I want you to think about. So make sure you realize, what does the graph of a quadratic look like? So just jot down some notes. Maybe put this in your into your notes notebook. That way you know the answers to this, right? In notes. So you should know, what does the graph of a quadratic look like? What happens when the number added inside? So basically, if we had an x plus 3 squared, what would that look like? What if we have it subtracted, x minus 3 squared? What does that do to the graph? What happens when the number is added outside? So if we have something like this, plus 3 versus x squared minus 3. So basically, what do all those things do to the graph? All right, thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys soon.